This song right here is my debut single. It was released about 2 months ago. It's called That Feeling. And I hope you get that feeling while I perform. Enjoy. I wanna tingling my spine, so I'ma fling it up, I'ma set it up. Pull up your weight, push up on me, oh, oh, oh. The way you did move, I love it, yeah, yeah. The way you did too, I like it, oh, I love it, yeah. Okay, let's go. Skin to skin, deep to deep. Hold me, tease me, tease, please me, please. I'm risking it, babe. Boy, you know, say I be bedroom bully. Can't be your desire if you let me. When you love up on I get that feeling. Push it up on me, yeah, 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 yeah. The way you did move, the way you did do, the way you did move, I love it. Oh, oh, I love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Da-dee, 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 dee, 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 oh, da-dee, 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 dee. Oh, the way you did move, I love it. The way you did do, I like it. The way you did move, I love. The way you did play, I like it. Coffee strings where you play, I love it. The way you did move, the way you did do.
On the Upside Down show this week, join Frema Edunyame as she sits with a man full of talent, known for his electrifying stage performances and captivating voiceovers, Andrew Tando Adote.
I went to Brisek, Legon, and then Odadie. Yeah.
At what point did acting come in?
So it was around the same time I had made the decision to do the voiceover.
All out.
I was looking around and I saw this veteran actor. He said, "Oh, forget those people. Go to the art center and join the theater group."
He was put on the spot, but he didn't disappoint.
Let's put on the spot.
All right.
So, City FM is 21 years old.
Yes.
Do something, with that, your voice.
As you know, City FM is 21 years old, and we would like you to join us in celebrating all this time that you have spent with us All the fun, all the excitement, and all the cutting-edge news.
And to serenade us, it's DJ Blake.
Right now, I'm working national service
Where?
in Matakana Commercial Bank.
Commercial bank.
Yeah.
Hey, biological science.
Yeah.
You are DJing,
Yeah.
and now you are in a financial institution.
Everything's so
good.
Tune in to the Upside Down Show this Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
I don't want nobody. I love the things you do.
On Footprints this Friday, we have a conversation with Bishop Ni Apiakai Takiaboy, the presiding bishop of Victory Bible Church International, who shares his story about his life as a minister of the gospel.
We went somewhere to preach to some middle school girls, and then as the brother I went with, as he was preaching, he said, "Is there anybody here who want to give his life to Jesus?" And I lifted up my hand. He thought he had made a mistake because or thought that I didn't understand what he was saying, because he knew me in Scripture Union. So when I lifted up my hand, he repeated about 3 times and realized that I was the only one who lifted up his hand. Then he said, "Okay, pray after me." So I prayed after him, and then the moment I said amen, then I knew that I'll do God's work. And the first Sunday we were about 80. So
don't say. So what was the expansion like?
In fact, we had 4 services on a Sunday. 4 back-to-back 4 services.
I used to pity you.
4
Especially
services.
when I saw you preach on the 3rd service at times. the man is tired, but Charlie,
No, we were young. We were young, but the people who really had the blunt were those who were leading praise and worship.
God has been faithful.
God has been very, very faithful, because we've gone to court. In fact, they always take us to court.
Footprints airs every Friday at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
All right, yeah, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And the viewers actually want to know, Philip, did you ever take meat from your mother's pot? We have a message here that says that.
Yeah, we do. We have a message that's about, at least if you're able to get like 10 messages, I'm sure I would give my comment. But now let's go to a community close to you.
So
and bring
which community are we heading to?
Today we are going to a community in the Central Region. This is Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. You know, the issue of the light wave health information system has really come under some sort of scrutiny, let me put it that way. Akando, who is the current health minister, has said that there was overcharges and all that, overpayment, let me put it that way, overpayments that was done by the previous administration. That's Dr. Bernard Okoboy. Dr. Bernard Okoboy has also come out to also say his side of the story and all that. But we are looking at the situation at a facility in Cape Coast where our correspondent Akwesi Ado went there to file a report. He has indicated that regarding the light wave information system that has been shut down is really having a toll on the facility. Let's bring you that report. After, we will engage Akwesi and find out more from him.
Training for staff of the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital on the new Ghana Health Information Management System, GIMS, which replaces the Lightwave Information Management System, began on Friday, November 7, 2025, and is expected to conclude on Monday, November 10. However, departmental heads were reportedly issued a sudden directive on Sunday instructing that all patients on admission should have their notes and medications copied and pasted onto Word within the next 10 minutes. LEMS were shut down. Sources at the facility told Channel 1 News that the directive caused confusion and frustration among health workers as the system went offline abruptly. Following the shutdown, staff have reverted to manually recording patient information, a process that has significantly slowed operations, especially at the outpatient department (OPD). Although management of the hospital has denied that the shutdown was unplanned, they acknowledged that it has increased waiting times for patients.
We were officially asked to now prepare for games today, and so limbs went off from our system, and then we are expecting to receive games today. But I am not aware of any directive coming from management to migrate anything to Word or whatever. So interim, we've gone back to the paper system, and so we are using folders. Some places are using exercise books and other stuff just to be able to, when there are challenges, we don't dwell so much on the challenges. We see how best we'll be able to solve these challenges. So Cape Coast Teaching Hospital went back to the paper system.
Public Relations Officer of CCTH, Frederick Nyanka, told Channel One News that the hospital expects to complete its transition to the GIMS platform by close of Monday, barring any unforeseen challenges. He added that staff are being adequately trained to effectively operate the new system.
So we received a directive from the ministries concerning the transition from LEMS to GIMS. And for Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, we started preparing from last week. We've had a series of training from officials from the ministries, and they've taken our staffs, our doctors and our nurses and other members of the staff of Cape Coast Teaching Hospital through various training. We are hoping that we end our training today, and we are hoping that all things being equal, by close of day, we should be able to come live with the games.
Management further assured that all patient data currently recorded manually will be safely migrated to the new digital system and fully protected.
No, I don't think they should be worried concerning their data. Probably they should be worried concerning waiting time. It will extend some of their waiting times. Like for instance, today, the normal time that you have to spend at OPD came with some extra minutes. That's where the worry should be.
So that is the comment coming from the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital that has reverted to manual record keeping after the sudden shutdown of the Lightwave Health Information Management System. The move has led to long queue time, or waiting time rather, for patients seeking care at the facility. Let's speak to Akwesi Ado, who is our correspondent in the Central Region, to get more details on this and what really the ramification is concerning the shutdown of the Lightwave Health Information Management System. Akwesi, good morning.
Good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
Very well. Hope you are too.
Okay, good. I want to find out from you, when you visited the facility, can you tell us on, in a day, how many individuals or patients visit this facility?
Well, Philip, this is Central Region's biggest health facility, and it is a referral point for many of the facilities here in the Central Region. And then it also caters for residents in Cape Coast and its surrounding areas. So you can imagine the number of patients that visit this particular facility in a day. Talk of those who are referred to the facility, talk of emergency cases that are taken to the facility, plus those who go there to seek treatment from its outpatient department. So we're talking about, if not thousands, several hundreds of people in a day.
Take us through the process. If a patient is brought to the facility, maybe the patient has been attending this facility for some time, will they now go into the records, pull the folder, come to the OPD, take it to the consulting room? Like, take us through the process. How is it like?
So, currently speaking, if you are visiting the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, as a first timer, it means that your records would be captured in a folder or in an exercise book. But if you are someone who is a regular visitor, it still means that your records should be taken in an exercise book or notebook, because now the Lightwave Health Information Management System is completely shut, and then the facility no longer has access to it. So you would still be treated as, let's say, a first timer. And so you would still have to go to the records department for your records to be captured. Then you would proceed to the OPD to see a physician.
All right, so isn't this troubling, especially for people who have already had their records in the hospital? And when it comes to human lives, or when it comes to someone's health, you can actually have a history of something. So how does how does the whole thing work, especially if you have a history of medical problems?
This is really difficult to tell, and it's even difficult for the health workers themselves, because you cannot, even as a patient, you cannot have every record or detail concerning your health in your head, that which you can easily recall. Even with regards to your medication, you might not be able to remember the kind of medication that were given to you the previous time you visited. And so it's really a very challenging time. Even though management has assured that once GIMS is deployed, they would be able to transfer data from LIMS to the GIMS platform. Currently speaking, because we do know that GIMS has not been deployed yet, even though management had mentioned that GIMS was expected to be deployed on Monday. Today is Thursday, and per our checks, GIMS isn't still, it hasn't come to life, and it is not being used. So it's difficult to fetch previous data of patients who visit the facility.
All right, so what you're clearly saying is that they didn't have like a backup for all the information that they gathered of their patients. So there's no place that there's an extra backup, even if it's a pen drive, if it's something, at least where you have people's information, even though you are not using LIMS.
So, Chris, this is actually what happened on Sunday. So it was around afternoon, and then heads of departments for the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital received this message, and let me quote: "Good afternoon, please. All patients on admission should have their notes, medications, etc., copied and pasted onto Word within the next 10 minutes. LIMS was shut down." And according to our sources there, it was really a moment of frustration and desperation for the medical staff, because how can you copy all this record onto Word within 10 minutes? And exactly just as the directive mentioned, the LIMS went off, and so we do not know whether they were even able to copy those records onto the Word document or not. Even though the facility is denying that that particular directive, which I read, was given, our sources are also, insisting that, look, this is the directive that was given us. And so for now, it is not clear whether the departmental heads or persons who were on duty at that material time when the directive was given were able to copy any sort of data onto the Word. And we do not know how they'd be able to even transfer the data from Word onto GIMS.
Right. So how did this message come in? Was it in the form of an email, a text message? What is it?
So this was shared on various WhatsApp platforms, and then directly to departmental heads of the facility. Now, let me also even mention that, GIMS may be different. The interface of the software may be quite different from LIMS. And so staff would have to be trained on how to utilize the GIMS platform. That training for staff began on the 7th of November. That should be somewhere around last week, Friday, and was expected to conclude on the 10th of November, which was Monday. But as we speak now, we have not been updated by the facility as to whether the training was successful or not. And remember when we did this story on Monday, the PRO for Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Frederick Nyanka, mentioned that they were expecting for games to go live on Monday. But as I speak with you now, it is still that old practice of keeping records in folders and then exercise books that is being used because games has not been deployed at CCTH yet.
Well, Akwesi, thank you so much for your time. You've been able to at least capture the entire situation at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital and tell us what really the issue is when the light wave information system has been shut down. But if you heard him talking about games, October 29, 2025, there was a press conference, let me say, accountability series, where the health minister met the press, and at that particular press conference he indicated that the introduction of a new digital health platform, that is the Ghana Health Information Management System, which is the GIMS, to replace the suspended Lightwave Health Information Management System. He explained that the move marks the end of manual medical record keeping in Ghana's health facilities. As to whether it is happening now, you can tell because you've seen it happening at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, where the records are still taken manually. We've not moved to.
When you said marks the end, wasn't LIMS doing that already?
Well, you know, with the LIMS, there are issues. Yes, they are trying to unravel some issues that has come out with. You know, the previous health minister spoke about it extensively, that the amount of money that was paid, was it its right course? Now the health minister currently says that there is an overpayment and all that. But with the games that he is indicating, he said that it's fully state-owned and managed system designed to improve the security and accessibility of health information across the country. Speaking at the media engagement at Jubilee House, the minister revealed that the decision followed forensic and technical audit that uncovered serious problems with the previous light wave information management system project. According to him, this $100 million, that is the light wave information management system contract awarded in 2019 to connect 950 health facilities, was expected to be completed in 2022. However, after 2 extensions, the contractor still failed to meet key targets. So, quoting the minister, he says that by the time the contract expires in December 2024, only 450 facilities had been connected, less than half of the original target, even though $77 million had already been paid, representing more than 70% of the total cost, he revealed. The audit also found shortages and poor quality equipment, with the estimated $29 million worth of supplies either missing or below standard. That is what the minister also added. The minister described the contractor's refusal to hand over the administrative assets and Ghana's health data as pure blackmail, saying it caused repeated service disruption and data losses. To fix these challenges, he noted that the ministry has now developed, that is GIMS, a new national digital health system built entirely by the government. The system, he noted, includes the National Health Information Exchange and a secure platform that allows different health service providers to connect under government regulation, preventing any singular company from controlling national health data, among other things that the minister said. So the long and short of the issue is that LIMS is now off and we are bringing GIMS. But even though LIMS is off and GIMS is yet to come, like Akwesi indicated, as of Monday, GIMS was supposed to come. The issue...
I'm boiling.
Why?
I'm boiling. You don't understand. This is people's health that they are playing with. Do you understand? Information about your health or the history of your health is very important for your health provider. It's very important for your doctor. Some people do not keep all this information in their heads. That's why we have these systems. See, I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't care about LIMS or GIMS or whatever it is. There should be a system. There should be a system that does not play with the history of people's health. People are battling kidney diseases. People are battling liver diseases. People are battling diabetes. People are battling so many things. There could be records of your health for some years ago that can help you today.
Record history.
Do you understand? So it's like you are mixing up everything again for another doctor to start figuring. Okay, imagine the doctor that was treating me 5 years ago in this same hospital. It's no more there. Moved to another place. It's another new doctor. So now a new doctor is now coming to be asking me, "Hey, madam, what's your history? Do you remember what medicine you used to take? Do you remember what you see? You know, when it comes to allergies and all that and medicines that are not good for you, we the people that are not even health professionals, we don't know the names. Sometimes you might say, okay, some doctors use word like NSAID, use word like this and that. I don't even know what it is, but the doctors know. So they know that, okay, this medicine is not for you, or this medicine is not great at this time. Oh, Jesus.
And they're here playing with limbs and games.
Oh, Jesus. See, I'm emotional when it comes to health. Like, I get very emotional, and I feel emotional because it always affects the vulnerable. It always affects the ones that don't have money like you. It always affects the people that are not able to pay for the private hospitals and are not using the games and the limbs and the this and that. Do you understand? It always affects those people more because you can pay for an institution or you can pay for a hospital that's not using any of these things that they will never even miss your history once. You know, there are some hospitals. I go to some hospitals. I don't want to call names or promote any place, but you go to hospital. Madam, you are this, and you were this weight during this time. You know, they know everything. Charlie, I'm sad.
There's a message coming here. Good morning. I'm not sure they would be able to transfer the patient's history from LIMS to GIMS. They said same when they were moving from HAMS to LIMS.
You see?
Again, they are going to maintain the same folder numbers, or they are going to change the LIMS number.
No, are they going to maintain?
Okay, the same numbers, or are they going to change the LIMS number? This is Danny from Koforidua.
And I'm sure this Danny has probably worked in
the health system.
In the health system, because he said, he categorically said that the same thing happened when they were moving from HAMS to LIMS, and no patient's history was transferred. This is 2025. We're still playing with people's health in the name of LIMS, HAMS, GIMS. If another government come, they'll bring another one again. It can be BIM. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my. No, like, I have goosebumps. I'm very emotional. I feel like, oh, Charlie.
Well, so that is it for you. We brought you from the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. I'm sure if the health minister is watching, maybe you would want to tell us what really the update is with GIMS, because if it's not only this facility, maybe we are using the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital as a case study. It may be happening at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. Look at the number of people that come to Korle Bu Teaching Hospital in a day. Not to talk of Greater Accra Regional Hospital, or even to talk about the CATH, that is a Konfo Teaching Hospital, or even go to the Volta region, Trafalgar, that is a teaching hospital also in the Volta region, and other satellite clinics and all that. So please, this GIMS, LIMS thing, we know the issue, but we should move away from it.
And I think we need to remind them of the rate of, at which the diseases are just increasing and health problems are just increasing in the system. And this is not the time to start playing with people's history. Anyway.
But relax, Mr. Kando announced that GIMS will be rolled out in phases over 4 weeks, starting with teaching and regional hospitals, followed by district hospitals, polyclinics, health centers, and CHIP compounds. He added that the audit finding has been forwarded to the Attorney General and other state security agencies for further investigation into and appropriate actions. Before we go on a break, please, if we are doing these GIMS, we should do it very well.
Yeah.
Reason is, if we are moving away from the light wave health information management system, and we think that there is a problem with it, and we are now coming up with GIMS, which is the Ghana Health Information Management System, it should be done properly. So that the next minute, another government will not come and say that we have issues with the previous one and we would have to change it. The more we keep doing that, the more we lose information. Like Chris said, sometimes you need to base on the history. So my history will help the doctor to see what I have been taking in the past and what he can predict in the future. You understand?
And you
Let's
know,
not be dilly-dallying with
this
our
issue
health.
of, if what Akwesi said is actually true, because he actually believes his source, that they gave them 10 minutes to move information. Even with my own laptop.
How can you
transfer? I don't even have a hospital, even with my own laptop, to move it to, even my phone, to move it from another, to move the information from one phone to a new phone. It doesn't take 10 minutes. It takes more than 10 minutes, sometimes overnight. And you're expecting GIMS to move to Word in 10 minutes.
Anyway, that's it for you. From our community, we went to the Central Region, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, and GIMS, LIMS, HAMS, all the things, the abbreviations are playing in there. But please, let's do the needful and let's save lives of the general public. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more for you on the show.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the pure cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're lucky. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God down for boom. If you're poor, what's that to you? So would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, Mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash. The devil is a liar. He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much baby?
Oh, how romantic!
And he followed the prompts. Yes, and then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment? Before December, maybe release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
You are welcome to Doctor in the House. I'm excited to be here with you. And of course, we're going to be looking at another subject. And this is the show I like to call the consultation before the real consultation, because we get to speak to a doctor about different conditions and he tells us about it and we get to know a lot about it and even how to manage it or prevent it. So our doctor in the house today is Dr. Wisdom Effiong, a medical officer at the Bank Hospital. And today we are going to be talking about a very common problem. A lot of parents deal with it, a lot of young people deal with it, even some adults deal with it, and it's no other than bedwetting. Bedwetting, or what doctors call nocturnal enuresis, is a common concern among parents, among children, among adults, and sometimes it often leaves you anxious, embarrassed, and also frustrated. So today we're going to be looking at that, and the doctor is going to explain everything we need to know about bedwetting. So if you have a child that bedwets, or if you're probably bedwetting, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we get into the conversation. Hi, Doc. How are you?
Hi.
It's nice to see you, Doc. You're looking smart today.
Thank you. Try to look like you guys.
And you have your tag.
I have to run here.
All right, so let's get straight into it. What is bedwetting?
All right, great. I think that it's an important question most parents often have, and my aim here today would actually to demystify most of the things that people think is a myth. People think that is spiritual, and all that, and people actually harm their kids because why are you wetting the bed at this a certain age. So like you mentioned, nocturnal enuresis, depending on where you are trained, you pronounce it differently. It's basically when you wet the bed involuntarily, and at an age where you are expected to have good bladder control. Right. So usually would use an age range of 5 years, 5 to 6 years. So those less than 5 years are somewhat expected to, wet the bed. But once you go beyond 5-6 years, you are expected to have a good bladder control. Now, when you start wetting the bed above 5 to 6 years, then that becomes a problem and a cause for alarm for you to visit the health facility and get checked. So basically, wetting of the bed involuntarily, and when you're mostly above 5-6 years, which means that adolescents, adults, and all that can affect everybody.
Like you said, beyond 5 years. As a kid, right, I actually stopped bedwetting at 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years old.
But it's amazing, how do you remember, or you were told?
Well, that's what my mom told me.
Okay.
That's what my mom told me because I saw the same thing in my son.
Okay.
At 2, like when he wakes up, his diapers are still okay, and in the morning he just goes to pee. But now you're telling me above 5 years is a problem, and I know people that actually bedwetted or bedwet? Bedwet till the age of 16. What could be the problem? What can be some of the cause of having to bedwet for that long?
That long, yeah, good. So there are so many things that could lead to bedwetting. We'd like to do some sort of classification just to put it in perspective and for people to understand, right? So we have what we call primary, enuresis or primary bedwetting, and then secondary enuresis, right? Now, for the primary ones, we are looking at the fact that since the child was born, he's always been wetting the bed. He's not had a period of dryness, and this is especially at night, And for secondary enuresis, they've probably had a period of dryness, say for about 6 months. They've been able to control their bladder. Then maybe after that, all of a sudden they start wetting the bed again. So it's looked at differently. So that's the reason why when you come to the hospital, we're going to take a good history to, you know, delve into these things to find out where, you know, is it coming from. We try to do a fishbone analysis to see, okay, I think this is the root cause. Let's tackle it from the root cause, right? So primary and secondary. Primary, you've never had a dry period. You know, you've always been wetting the bed since you were born.
Is it a problem?
So again, depending on the age, like I said, for those less than 5 years, it's okay. They mostly would grow out of it, right? Secondary enuresis, you've had a, you know, dry period for more than 6 months, and now, so now that would even be much more of an alarm for us to look into why you now wetting the bed, right? So for the courses, I would also like to group them, you know, so just so we also understand, you know, I want to group them into medical and non-medical courses, right? So if we're looking at, where do we start from? Non-medical? Non-medical courses.
Because non-medical, obviously they'll say spiritual.
Yeah. You know, so things like stress could cause you to wet the bed.
So the children actually have stress too?
Yes. So some people might think that, can a child be stressed? Because you see them playing all the time.
What
but
are you stressing
they can
about?
actually be stressed, and there are so many factors that could cause a child to be stressed. One could be changing schools, you know, so you've changed from this school to this other school. The stress of now connecting with the other kids, you know, not feeling inferior, playing with them, choosing your friends, you know, a new environment. That stress can affect them, and it could cause them to bed wet. You know, another stress could be moving homes. You know, so you've moved from a particular locality where they are used to a place where
somewhere new.
Exactly. So that's even difficult to now. You're now getting used to your room, getting used to the environment. It happens to even pets as well. So you take a pet to a new environment, it's just very quiet and very shy. You know, so that's a significant stress. Another could be a divorce, you know. Their parents going through a divorce process, so that could, you know, impact the child psychologically. You know, now getting to understand who is right, is mommy right or is daddy right? Why are we not living together? Asking so many questions, you know, that stresses the mind up, you know. And maybe a loss of a parent, death, you know, of a parent, you know, could also lead to significant stress. Child will be thinking, you know, is it dead? Will he come back after so many years? You know, when next will I see? You know, all these questions pose significant stress to the child. Another thing that could equally pose, I think I've mentioned moving homes, I've mentioned switching schools, I've mentioned divorce, I've mentioned death, and also a newborn. When there's a newborn.
When there's a new baby.
Yeah, so now this child feels neglected. This child is no longer getting that, you know, attention, that care. Now everything is channeled to the very tiny little baby down here, you know. So that also poses some sort of stress, and that could also lead to, you know, bed wetting.
Maybe that's what happened in my house, because there was like a newborn every time. So like,
so you see, attention is
human beings.
So those could be, you know, classified as non-medical. So, you know, emotional stress and all that. For the medical bits, it's actually genetic, you know, like you mentioned. It actually runs in the family. So usually when we see that a child, you know, is still wetting the bed, less than 5 years of age, we're not so worried, because again, they outgrow these things. But when it's more than 5 and 6, then you're a bit worried. But about 40% of the time, you'd notice that one of the parents actually did wet the bed when they were younger, right? So about 40% of the time, you know. So when you see that, you want to ask the parents. So that is why.
And don't tell us.
That's why in the management, when we go to management, you notice that you shouldn't scold your child, because you did the same thing as a child, you know. But you would not also tell your child that you did the same thing. As Africans, you just want to
always lying.
Whip,
I was the best.
Whip. Nobody's parents was last in school.
Very dry. You lazy child.
Nobody's parents was last in school. Everybody was first in everything, right? So about 40% of the time, one of the parents probably did wet the bed even much longer than, you know, their child is. And if you look at the percentage, it increases to about 70% if both parents did wet the bed when they were younger as well. So 70%, that's almost 100%.
I know.
Right, so it means that if both, so when you're trying to get married, you want to ask, did you wet the bed as a child?
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm just praying for I'm just praying for my friends not to tell me that their children still. But I'll just look at you like
it means
could be you.
You know,
maybe you. Right.
Yeah.
So there's often like a stigma, you know, around there. You know, like we said, like parents shouting at the child and blaming the child, talking about poor training and also poor hygiene and all that. But now you've explained that, you know, sometimes the parents it could be hereditary. So now, how are the parents supposed to react to that child?
So with care, so now I actually would like us to finish in terms of what could possibly cause it, so that people don't think that, okay, I'm the only one causing my child to, you know, because there are actually various conditions that could actually, you know, cause a child to wet their bed, especially above the age of 5. And we also don't want to miss out on those, especially when you notice them, i.e. a urinary tract infection.
At a young age?
Exactly. So that's why it should be...
UTI at a young age?
Exactly. That's why it should be, you know, quite worrying, because, you know, when a child has a UTI, it could lead... And now this even transposes to adults. So if you meet an adult that is...
Children can have
exactly.
UTIs.
So that's actually one of the sign, you know, of, okay, let's do some urine tests to see if there's some urinary tract infection. Another is diabetes.
Right,
you know, diabetes. You know, diabetes now, especially type 1, from a younger age, we are able to pick that up. So, right, so when you come to the hospital and we notice that, oh, this child's sugar is consistently high, you know, we do the test and notice that, nah, we think your child is diabetic. So that's why he or she is wetting the bed. So we don't have to be, you know, flogging the child all the time. This is the reason, you know, why. Another could be, you know, a poor brain bladder control, you know, in sensation. The brain and the bladder are supposed to, you know, work in sensation. So if that is not happening, that coordination is not happening, it could also lead to the child having, you know, a bedwetting syndrome. Another is sleep. Sleep. Now, it's amazing because sleep is an amazing phenomenon, right? There are 2 classes of sleep, all enclosed in one cycle, right? We call it the REM and then the non-REM.
The non-REM.
Right. And this would actually lead us into the management, why you shouldn't wake your child up in the middle of the night to go use the washroom. It's actually not good practice. Most parents think that, oh, it's good, let me wake the child up. So you are distorting the sleep cycle, and that would prevent the child from even growing well, healing properly if the child is ill, and having a good immune system.
Because so when you disrupt the REM?
When you disrupt the whole sleep cycle, you know, so we have a non-REM, then we have a REM, that is rapid eye movement. Now, non-REM has 3 stages. We call it N1, N2, N3.
Like the road?
Yeah, something of that. If that's what they
like the road.
Will make them remember. You know, so typically for the N1 is light sleep. So they've just fallen asleep, you know, and usually it would last about 10-15 minutes, you know, and then they move on to the N2, you know, which probably lasts about 45 minutes. So you see, this is why your child should have a good night's sleep, you know, a significant number of hours, so that will feel fresh when he wakes up. So now the non-REM N2 is usually the point where, you know, your heart rate reduces, your respiratory rate reduces, you know, and all that your body tries to, you know, get into. Then the N3 is deep sleep, you know, deep sleep. Usually that's where people tend to have vivid dreams, you know, and that's where, you know, the body starts to heal itself, growth takes place. And then the REM, the rapid eye movement. And that's the N3, your brain actually dampens, you know, and then the REM. So now in that vivid dream, that's where most kids experience
even adults.
Nocturnal anuresis.
It has happened to me before. Like I was dreaming about something. I wanted to pee in the dream.
You would actually get up.
And I got up like, oh my God, I'm going to pee on myself.
You see?
I was like, you know, oh my God, I'm going to pee on myself if I don't get up now.
Exactly. So that's you and your brain and your bladder functioning in sensation, right? Now you notice that for a child, they would actually still be in that dream.
And then do it.
And they will get up from bed and go to the washroom and use the washroom in the dream. And finish using the washroom and come back to bed, not knowing all this while you have soiled yourself in bed. That's the reason why you shouldn't scold them, because
It could be
in their mind, they have actually done the right thing, but not knowing that they are still in bed. So now when they wake up and you lash them, they actually feel so bad.
Oh, now I feel bad.
You know, you see.
I feel bad.
Exactly.
I feel bad for laughing at people.
Exactly. So
not at this age, though. When I was younger, I used to, look at you. You used to pee on yourself. I don't pee on myself.
You see.
Oh my God.
So it's important that parents understand this.
So as an adult, I've actually felt that part of, you know, I'm in deep sleep.
Yeah.
And I want to pee.
Yeah.
And then I even feel the pee coming out. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's coming out. Like,
it's
really coming out. So, and I run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So the kids, they also feel the same way.
Exactly. But because they don't fully have grasp over their bladder anyway, so they just, you know, actually get up in the dream, you know, and then, so you ask them. So maybe if you don't engage them, they might not tell you. But if you engage, if you do talk therapy, you engage a child. Why do you wet the bed? You know, what do you think would cause? You know, they will tell you that, but mommy, I actually got up to use the washroom.
Oh, yeah.
But what's happening here, you know? So it's important that parents know this and know that it's not good to disrupt, you know,
their sleeps.
African parents, once they, especially those who sleep on the same bed with their child.
Oh, yeah.
Once they feel like no,
they need to pee.
They will, and you wake up from the REM to N3, N2, N1, up, straight up, and then you wake up and you don't even know where you are. Like, you don't even know why they are lashing you. You don't know why they are beating you, you know?
So I didn't actually know how important sleep was.
Yeah.
Okay, I know sleep is important. Yeah, get your 8 hours and get your, you know, 7 to 8 hours. I know that is important.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how important it was until I started using a sleep app.
Okay.
And that's when they explained the whole REM and this. I was like, oh, okay, this is it.
Yeah. Because it even helps with memory, you know, with remembrance, you know, with your cognitive ability to function, to think, to be able to analyze things. If you have a good, complete cycle of sleep, it helps with that. That's why they tell students, especially medical students, sleep before the night of your exam.
Right.
It's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't want you to cover the volume of things you need to cover, but because most of the time, what you write on exam day is from long-term memory,
it's not
what you learned yesterday.
Not yesterday.
And for you to access that long-term memory,
you
should have a good night's sleep. So that by the time you see it, it's just like the Holy Spirit just brings it to memory, just like that. You know, it just, by the time you realize you've killed the thing. You know?
So,
but if you don't sleep well, it affects not just your immune system, it affects the way you think, the way you analyze things, even at work. You know, the way you go about it.
If I don't sleep well, I'm so angry.
Exactly.
I get so angry.
You see.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
But now, what advice would you actually give to parents who are dealing with this situation, especially with their children?
Yeah, good. So you want to start with talk therapy, you know. So you want to encourage them.
African parents.
That's why we do this, so they get to learn. You know,
so give us an example of talk therapy. I'm the child, I feed on myself.
The day you stop learning is the day you start dying, right? So you want to ask them questions, you know.
So ask me, I'm the child.
Chris, why did you wet the bed last night?
I actually thought I got up and I peed, but I realized when I woke up that the bed was wet.
All right, that's okay. I mean, it's okay for you to wet the bed, but we want you to do something right now. And for every time that you go dry, okay, I'm going to reward you with something. What would you like me to give you?
I want pizza and a new pink shoes.
A new pink shoe. All right, great. So I'll give you any color of shoe you want if you go dry for 3 days. Is that something you can do?
Yes, I think I'll try.
Great. And aside the talk therapy, you know, encouraging them that it is okay. You can go more, depending on what the child says, you go with that. You also want to ensure that they are well hydrated during the day.
Aha.
Exactly.
Right.
No, now, because most kids would want to, they'll feel thirsty. Now, for your thirst center to be triggered, it means that you have been dehydrated for a while.
A long time.
So they come home, they've gone to school, they've played, run around. No, the teacher wouldn't even ask, have you taken water? They themselves would not go taking water. Till they are back home. Now they are looking for. Now you notice that their home is 8, 9, 10 p.m. You have to give them a lot of water. So you have to ensure that they are well hydrated during the day. So you can tell their teachers at school that please give them water maybe at every interval. So when they're well hydrated at night, you have to restrict fluid. You know, you don't have to allow them drink a lot. You also don't want to give them things like caffeinated drink, carbonated drink, coffee, and all that. So all these things help to limit, you know, bedwetting, because it helps reduce the amount of urine produced whilst you are asleep at night. You know, and you want to make them visit the washroom more frequently during the day. So you can tell them every 2 hours. You can engage the school teacher every 2 to 3 hours. Let them visit the washroom, whether or not they feel like urinating. Just so they know that even as they are hydrating, they are taking it out. They are hydrating that. So that when they come home and you are limiting the fluid, and then you know that the likelihood of wetting the bed is low. Now, another thing is, before going to bed, you ensure that they use the washroom before actually.
So empty your bladder before you sleep.
Empty the bladder before going to bed. And this is also part of the reward. So when you empty your bladder, I'll give you one shoe, or I'll give you, you know. So they tend to look up to,
you must
know,
give
these
me a lot
things.
of shoes, eh?
and one thing as well that parents often neglect is the fact that if they actually have that accident, you want to resolve the issue with them. So if you're cleaning up, clean up with them, involve them. You know, let them also pack. Let them see that, you know, you're not scolding them. Now, mom is helping me do this. So they actually, you know, at that early stage, the brain goes through remodulating. So a lot of things is sinking in, and that's what will play out in their subconscious when they're adults. You know, I used to have this friend, you know, that as a child, you know, whenever she does something bad, they'll beat her, her parents will beat her up and then lock her in the room, you know. So because of that, she's claustrophobic. So she's afraid of space. Sometimes she could be in a cupboard, you know. So sometimes that fear is always, you know, in her. So at an adult stage now, she doesn't lock the door when she goes to sleep. You dare not lock that door. She will scream right now. That's because in her subconscious, she feels like she's in that cupboard, you know, as a punishment. So she doesn't want to be in an enclosed. The light is always on. You dare not turn the light off. You dare not lock the door.
Because it's something she experienced as punishment.
Exactly. So she lives alone. Her doors are always open. Her lights are always on. So you see, so these things affect them. Exactly. So these things affect them as they grow. So that's why it's important to, you know, engage them whilst you're doing the laundry and all that. So they know that I have to do better. So the next time they feel, even if they in the dream they've started peeing, then they wake up themselves and then, you know, go use the washroom.
Wow, Doc, this is actually very enlightening, and I hope parents listen to this advice, because obviously the immediate reaction for every African parent is to scold, is to shout, is to say you've disgraced me, you know, and all that. But like you said, having conversations
very important.
Are very important, in children. Any final words?
So, like I said, parents should be aware of these things. Now, if it's happening less than 5 years, somewhat seen as normal, because they're now gaining control over their bladder. But once it's more than 5, 6 years, you should be worried. So engage them, and you can keep a diary, you know, of the dry nights, the wet nights, the situation surrounding the wet nights. You know, what happened? Did they drink too much? You know, were they stressed? Is there anything that could? So that's some of the questions you want to be asking them, you know, and all that. So you don't want to scold your child. That would actually worsen the whole situation, you know. And for adolescents as well who engage in alcohol and drink, and that could also affect them. It could also cause nocturnal anuresis.
Why are you an adolescent and drinking alcohol?
You'd be amazed.
Well, thank you so much, Doc. I mean, it was really nice having you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Dr. Wisdom Effiong from the Bank Hospital, and it's been all about bedwetting. And I hope you took the lessons that he shared with us. Please don't scold that child. Have a conversation with the child. If you want to visit the hospital, you can, because sometimes it's not just, you know, emotional or, you know, psychological. It can actually be a UTI. So get to the hospital, speak to a medical personnel, and yes, we'll take it from there. But if it's nothing, if it's not a UTI, please just have conversations with them. and let them pee before they sleep, and also ensure that they drink water during the day. You see, I've learned a lot. Thank you so much. And if I have a child tomorrow, I think I can figure it out. Anyway, so this has been Doctor in the House, and my name is Chris Carter. See you next week for the same.
Well, hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome, and this is powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now let's get into our first story. Former MPP General Secretary and National Chair aspirant John Boadu has suggested that he would welcome dancehall artist Shatta Wale into the new patriotic party to help engage Ghana's youth. Speaking on Joy News' PM Express on November 11, Boadu said Shatta Wale's influence could help MPP better connect with voters aged 18 to 40, who will form nearly 60% of the electorate by 2028. He clarified that any collaboration couldn't mean active campaigning but rather passing through our messages. Boadu stressed the need for the MPP to modernize its outreach to young people or risk losing influence, sparking a social media debate over the idea of Shatta Wale MPP partnership. Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian dancehall artist Samini has urged young artists to invest in land rather than spending heavily on luxury cars. Speaking on Hits FM on November 12, he revealed that one of his wisest early career moves was buying land instead of chasing material possessions. Samini shared that an elder Rasta once advised him, "Cars depreciate, but land appreciates," a principle that changed his financial outlook. He encouraged upcoming musicians to practice moderation, noting that while image matters for branding, land investment offers long-term security and value growth. Now, still staying on Samini, the reggae musician has clarified that his performance at the 2025 Ghana Journalist Awards was unplanned. Speaking on Hits FM on November 12, he explained that he was not officially billed but joined the show at the invitation of a friend, the current GJA president, just 2 days before the event. Samini also addressed a technical glitch during his set, saying such issues are common in live performances, especially when stage monitors fail. Despite the hiccup, his impromptu appearance became one of the night's highlights, showcasing his professionalism and showmanship. Now to our last but not the least highlight. Afrobeat superstar Davido has reflected on his early career, recalling how he skipped school in 2011 to perform in Ibadan, an experience that got him in trouble when it aired on Sound City. 14 years later, he returned to the same city to sell out the stadium as part of his highly successful 5 Alive tour across Nigeria. In a post on X, Davido celebrated his journey from humble beginnings to nationwide acclaim, and he urged fellow artists to build back home and give back to our roots. The tour continues with stops in Abuja, Lagos, and a birthday concert at Atlanta State Farm Arena on November 20. Now let's get into Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown.
Number 10. Number 9. Number 8.
Like I could resist. I'll be right, you be wrong. If you talk too much, I dey insist. Hey, you don't know the things where I pass through. Yabi Salty, Slick Taju.
Number 7. When you or no number be belly, do not disturb me frame it. Yeah, yes, you won't be a frame it. Phone it at DND. Yeah, number 6.
No be wallpaper, we they live this life. If you bring bad vibes, I go exit chat to you alive. See what we've done. No be judge us.
Number 5.
Let's yes, my phone. Plenty things I am go. Now so ya na me go.
Number 4.
Crazy things where I go do for love.
Number 3.
I live up my life and I make my money. Me no worry about anybody. Me just I live up my life and I make my money. Me no worry about anybody. Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy 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 giddy. Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy 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 giddy.
Number 2.
I want you never slow, so pardon no one so shame. Give me a first day I'm between the busia. Shazamina Moshe Sumunda. Finally, DJ drop back. Damabuama, bounce and no the message.
Number 1.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
And that's all for today's entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily. Stay tuned for more exclusive stories, interviews, and viral moments from Ghana's vibrant entertainment scene. Visit GhanaWeekend.com and follow Ghana Weekend on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook for your daily dose of showbiz buzz, music updates, and the behind-the-scenes action. Don't just read it, live it, share it, and stay plugged in. This was presented by Ni Komite Kome.
On the Upside Down show this week, join Frema Edunyame as she sits with a man full of talent, known for his electrifying stage performances and captivating voiceovers, Andrew Tando Adote.
Went to Presec, Legon, and then Odadie. Yeah.
At what point did acting come in?
So it was around the same time I had made the decision to do the voiceover.
All out.
I was looking around and I saw this veteran actor. He said, "Oh, forget those people. Go to the art center and join the theater group."
He was put on the spot, but he didn't disappoint.
Let's put on the spot.
All right.
So City FM is 21 years old.
Yes.
Do something, with that your voice.
As you know, City FM is 21 years old, and we would like you to join us in celebrating all this time that you have spent with us. All the fun, all the excitement, and all the cutting-edge news.
And to serenade us, it's DJ Blake.
Right now, I'm working national service.
Where?
In Matakana Commercial Bank.
Commercial Bank?
Yeah.
Hey, biological science?
Yeah.
You are DJing?
Yeah.
And now you are in a financial institution?
Everything's so
good.
Tune in to the Upside Down show this Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Well, I don't want nobody. I love the things you do.
We're grateful that you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Let's bring you some more interesting stuff on the show. We've been talking to you about AgriFair, November edition, which we are terming here as the Christmas edition. But today, you get to meet one of our sponsors, that is Horticulture Business Platform. In studio, we have the board chair, we have the deputy board chair, we have the project coordinator. You are welcome so much, Catherine Krobo Edusei, who is the board chair, and she's also the founder and MD for Eden Tree Limited. We also have Barnabas Apom, who is the project coordinator for Ghana, Netherlands Business and Culture Council, also the project coordinator for Horticulture Business Platform. Yeah. And also we have the deputy board chair for Horticulture Business Platform, Anthony Tamaklo, who they are here to talk to us about the excitement we want to see at AgriFair 2025. That is the November edition. Mind you, they were at the previous one that was held in the month of June. You are welcome, gentlemen and lady.
Thank you.
Eden Tree.
Yes.
How was the previous one for you?
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Better than all fairs.
Really?
Oh, yes.
What made it fantastic for you?
Well, the vibes, the people, and then, of course, the sales. We did a lot of sales. In fact, we ran out the first day, so we had to keep calling in for them to bring stuff in to top up till the last day.
Wow, that's interesting. And if you're just joining us, you can see some of her items on the table here that we've put on display so that you can get a fair idea of what we are putting out there when it comes to the AgriFair 2025. The June one is gone. We are now doing the November one. Mr. Tamaklo, you do something else aside the horticulture business, or under the Horticulture Business Platform, you have an organization you are running.
Yes, so my organization is called Green Level Ghana Foundation.
What do you do?
We are into certification for fresh fruits and vegetables for the Ghanaian market.
Beautiful.
So basically, when we say the certification, we mean to say that your product should meet certain standards. Whatever product you are exporting out of Ghana has to meet some standard before you can export. In the Ghanaian market, we also need to have same standards. So the company I work for is implementing a local standard that has been developed by Ghana Standard Authority called GS 1054, GS 1074, that supports smallholder farmers produce in a way that meets local standards. So in Ghana, that is what you do. And that becomes very relevant at this time that we are always talking about the issues of galamsey. Yeah. I hear on your program people saying that they are now buying their foodstuff from the Volta region because they feel galamsey is not happening there.
Okay.
So what happened is that there are some farmers in our market that are producing their fruits and vegetables to a very high standard. They are not using water from the gutter. They are using clean water from Ghana Standard Authority. Some of them too, they are respecting the pre-harvest interval. That's the time between the time you apply your agrochemical and the time you harvest. There's supposed to be a time interval. There are some farmers that are complying with that timeline. There are some farmers that cannot understand that if I use this agrochemical, I have to wait for 14 days before I harvest.
Wow.
They do today, they are harvesting tomorrow. So let me use Barnabas as an example. So if I'm producing using those right standards, he is producing using water from the gutter. And we all produce tomato, and it comes into the market. His own and mine come together, you cannot see any difference.
Yes.
The one that is coming from my farm and the one that is coming from his farm, you cannot see the difference. So what the Green Level certification is doing is that if they come and certify my farm to be compliant to a certain standard, that product that is coming from my farm has a label on it, so that if the consumer walks to the supermarket to go and buy, they can see that these products that are on display meet a certain minimum standard on the market. So the organization basically I work for, that is what we are currently promoting on the Ghanaian market.
Beautiful. And you are coming to AgriFair.
Exactly.
It makes it interesting. Ghana, Netherlands, that's Corporation or Business Council.
Yeah.
Try and tell us details of what you do.
All right. So Ghana, Netherlands Business and Culture Council is more like the Chamber of Commerce for the Dutch Embassy in Ghana. And we are a membership-based company. We currently have between 100 to 120 paid members. So it's mainly for most of the premium companies like KLM, like Vivo Energy, all those companies that are in Ghana and they have some kind of relationship in the Netherlands. We have been in operation for over 20 years in Ghana. However, most of the businesses are more established. So within the horticulture sector, the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands have been doing a lot of programs over the years. One of them is the HortiFresh, and then which was formerly Ghana Veg. However, when we come to the horticulture sector, we don't really have a business platform that kind of advocate for these members. And that is what led to the formation of the horticulture business platform. Basically bringing together businesses that are within the horticulture sector, like Eden Tree, Green Label, and all the others within the...
How many members?
Currently we have about 240 that are members of the platform. And I mean, our objective is to really become a voice for these businesses. And so we make it very easy for them to become part. And then we also promote being part of this program, and as we have been in the previous years, is to give them platform to showcase what they also have in Ghana. So that if they are doing the right things, they can also grow. So the HBP, which is a horticulture business platform, is formed with the support of GMBCC and the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands to basically bring these organizations together, because we already have experience of managing business networks from GMBCC. I've been in GMBCC for close to a decade. So based on the experience that we have in managing businesses, we brought that into setting up of the horticulture business platform. So the horticulture business platform, even though it's supported by the embassy, and currently we have another partner called IDH, they are supporting us with funds, and the platform is being managed by the members because we want it to be sustainable. So Madam Chair is the board chair. She's running her own business. Eden Tree, Green Label is also a deputy and is running his own business. We also have East West Seed. We have Holland Green Tech. We have Abuke Cuisine. They form what we call the core team. They are responsible for deciding the direction of the businesses that are within that platform. They decide that, okay, we want to be part of Channel One, because in the previous, when we organize our own fair, we are not able to get the traction like we are having. And once they decide that, then we get the partners to also be aligned so that we can all move together. So we try to set up horticulture business platform to be a sustainable platform, not just like in the previous where there is a donor fund where you take it and you after finishing and then everyone goes their way. This time, the HBP is managed by the members that are within the platform, and they are not going anywhere, because if HBP succeed, their businesses succeed. So basically, that is what HBP is.
Madam Board Chair, I'm sure that maybe the answer will be simple. Why did you choose to sponsor this time around? We did a maiden edition. We are doing the second one.
Right. Okay. So Eden Tree is a representative of our 200 members. Okay, we really want to showcase what we are doing in Ghana. Okay, because there are companies in Ghana who are doing the right thing, who are producing quality products. Sometimes people just focus on export, but then we are here. We also deserve to eat good quality food, food that is safe. So HBP, and we have Green Label. So Green Label helps the farms to certify their products. So we chose partners that were, the same synergy, so that we can produce something good in Ghana.
How many members are you bringing to this fair?
We are bringing 40 members to this fair.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Are you giving us any package at this fair, Green Label? Per the certification that are supposed to be met and all that, are you giving some farmers who may come for this event? Some say, let's do the certification for you, maybe. Do you charge when you do the certification?
Yes.
Good.
The certification definitely comes at a cost.
Would there be a discount?
All right. So mostly, even though we charge for the certification, we are not set up to be profit oriented.
Okay.
We can generate revenue, but we don't pay dividend.
Okay.
So what it means is that we have donor support to help the farmers improve their production practices. What we want to do at the end of the day is to put safe food on the table, especially for fresh fruits and vegetables. You agree with me that you eat it without any form of processing?
Yes.
Your tomato, your onion, your pepper, you grind, is going straight into your mouth without any form of maybe boiling or any. So because of the nature in which we consume it, it must be produced right. Otherwise, you'll be eating something else. So that is to say that we have donor support for farmers. So some farmers go through the certification process at no cost. The ultimate goal is to build capacity of farmers to produce in a very responsible way. So to also add up to why we are coming to the fair, we have various associations within the horticulture space. We have the vegetable producers at one corner. We have people who are into cold storage at one corner. We have people who are doing inputs at one corner. So what the horticultural business platform seeks to do is to bring all these players to one platform to interact and network. Sometimes she has a product that I'm interested in, but I don't know that she has that product. Somebody has a certain type of seed that I'm interested in, but I don't know the person have. So what we have also done with the support of GNBCC and IDH is to create a B2B platform for all our 240 members, where the product that you have, you can showcase that product for any other member to see. If somebody is interested, the person can buy directly from you. So you're also providing market access for members, hence the decision that we want to participate in this fair. Proud to the Agri Fair, we do organize some of the fairs ourselves. But the traction that we got from the Agri Fair that was held in June was massive. And Madam Chair said, going forward, we are going for partnerships.
Okay, so 20 seconds, just what you want to add there, you can just wrap up.
Yes, I think our core objective is to help the horticulture sector to be streamlined in terms of the production, but then also in terms of getting of using of good materials for our production. Just like he talked about, no one wants to eat food that is produced using gutter water, right? So it's important that the Dutch embassy, where we one of our partners, they currently launched what we call the seed partnership program, where they brought about almost 13 companies that are in the seed sector, trying to see how they can address the issue of seed in the country. So these are all initiatives that are aiming at ensuring that Ghana we produce right, and then we are using new technologies. Now the world, we are moving so fast, and you cannot still be in that rudimentary stage where we are all using manual work. So we are calling on everyone, let us all come together, let us be part of this platform. We are a platform of learning.
Madam Chair, 20 seconds.
So we are focused on smart technology because we need to create jobs. We are focused on safe food production, producing your crops safely. We are focused on quality, and then we are focused on bringing our production-based, SMEs, small companies, help them grow, because we really need to grow, because instead the backbone of every economy is what? The SMEs.
Good. So Barnabas, Catherine, and Anthony, thank you so much for coming. They are all from Horticulture Business Platform. They are sponsoring the Agri Fair 2025 November edition. They also sponsored the June 1. My name is Philip Nilata. I did this show with Chris Carter. Earlier was Nana Tufo-Boateng. Stay with us here on Channel 1 TV. We're bringing you the 2026 budget reading by the Finance Minister Ato Forson later in the day. Keep watching Channel 1 TV and stay safe.